This is a session is about case study. So case study in name, which means I'm throwing a problem on your side here. So I'm giving a problem statement. So you have to ask me questions, or else you have to describe some points over it, right? So I'm giving the topic is about stitch and seam construction for different fabric types. Okay, seam in name I have already told you, right? So seam is joining at two fabrics using a stitch. So in joining those fabrics, there are different types of seams. Plain seam, slot seam, welt seam. There are different types of seams. Oh, each and every seam is having different work purpose. Okay, so just plain is joining the fabric. That's enough. And if it is going with welt seam, it is a different process. So it is somewhat tough, because if you are going in a men's garment, have you noticed in a men's garment there is no an extra fabrics has been given on both sides of their garment. In joining those gaps, so they won't have any extra fabrics over it, because they have done with an welt seam. It is a type of seam. Okay. In women's garment, there is an extra fabric. We can use it for another purpose, or we extending the garment, or else you are minimizing the garment. It's not our hand. So this is the main seam difference in men's and women's garment. It is the first step. Second one is seam is different for different fabrics also. If you are going with cotton fabric means any seam can be used. Or else if you are going with the synthetic fabrics, it is somewhat different, because the texture and the way of weave fabric is somewhat different for normal cotton fabrics and another synthetic fabrics. So first we have to notice what is the fabric, how it is weaved, right? So what is the texture of the fabric? Texture in name, it is a tough. If you are touching a fabric, how it feels, it is called as texture. You can just touch your fabrics, you can see a difference, right? So if it is cotton, it is somewhat, what is the difference between soft and smooth? What is the difference between soft and smooth? Soft means what? Can you identify it? So you touch your chin, how it feels? It is soft. Touch your mobile screen or a note surface, how it feels? Smooth. Is it soft? No. Why? So soft doesn't have a smooth texture. Smooth, it means shiny surface, right? Like your mobile surface, your wristwatch surface, it is what? Smooth, right? So it is smooth and this is soft. So the texture will be different. So how can you differentiate the fabrics like this? Any soft fabrics? Can you name any soft fabrics? Rayon, cotton, velvet. Any other fabric for smooth texture? Organza, chiffon, lycra, satin. It is a shiny surface, right? Shiny. You can notice in that garment, right? It is a shiny surface. You can, a lustrous feel will be given. So it is different what? Soft, smooth and shiny surface. So based on the surface of the fabric or the texture of the fabric, we have to use the stitch, right? Mainly the stitch length plays a vital role in this. If you are going with a smooth and very soft fabric, we have to go with tiny stitches, because the surface will be get raveled soon, so that we have to make a tight stitch over on it. Or else if you are going with a cotton, we can make a somewhat bigger stitches. It is okay for that. So the stitch length is a main thing we have to notice on while you stitching any fabric. Whatever may be the fabric, even it is a cotton like lycra, organza, satin, sateen, whatever may be, you have to notice the stitch, right? How we are going to stitch. What is the seam you are going to use? What is the purpose of the seam? So you have to notice everything, so that only we can avoid many problems. So each and every seam have different purpose. So you have to use which seam is suitable for what purpose. Just joining means we can go with plain seam, single stitch, double stitch. It is okay. Or else if you are going with any purposed one, you have to use welt seam, slot seam and flat fell seam. So there are different names. So you have to notice everything. You have to use proper seam for a proper fabric, proper stitch for a proper fabric. Okay. if you are having any difficulties on this, so how can we overcome those things? If you are going to stitch, so what are all the things you have to notice? Needle, stitch, stitches, thread, then just imagine you are going to stitch a fabric. You are sitting in between before a machine. So how can you feel and what are all the purpose you are going to do on it?
Pouring some machine oils.
Right. So you're on before stitching, you're just pouring a machine oils over there. Then
Place the cloth.
so you're just placing the cloth. So on before that, you're just checking the needle is in a proper position. And then what is down thread? What you're going to use on down thread? Bobbin case. So how the bobbin is winded? Is it properly winded? You're just checking everything, right? So then next, bobbin case is fitted. After that, pouring oil, clean the surface. Bobbin case is fixed. Then slide. So you're just checking everything. After that only we are going to stitch. So stitch length is a main thing. So you have to notice on that. So am I covered the topic of case study? Thank you.